So Donald Trump was subpoenaed to appear before Congress today. He was supposed to testify to the January 6th committee about the insurrection, but he didn't. Instead, his crime spree just continues, unaddressed and unabated. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So Donald Trump was all over the news today in stories that remind us that thus far, Donald Trump is above the law. Let's do a quick review of 3 of the stories that broke today about Donald Trump. And we're going to do this review against the backdrop of the fact that Donald Trump was supposed to appear before Congress and testify today. He received a lawfully issued congressional subpoena from the January 6th committee investigating the insurrection, and he was required by that subpoena to appear today before Congress and testify, but he didn't, right? He blew it off. He didn't appear. He, in substance, told Congress, take a flying leap. What he did was file a transparently frivolous lawsuit, trying to force the matter into the courts so he can weaponize the delay and run out the clock. Yes, so against that backdrop, let's talk about 3 of the stories about Donald Trump's crime, his abuse, his corruption that were reported today. Let's start with this from CNN. Trump tells Mar-a-Lago special master that he got to decide which White House documents were his to keep. And that article begins, former President Donald Trump argued in a newly public court filing that a president gets to decide whether records from his White House are personal documents, and that he had decided that all the records he took to Mar-a-Lago were in fact his personal property. The Justice Department responded by saying that Trump's legal theory for when he can deem records from his White House as personal is wrong. Quote, plaintiff may not designate records qualifying as presidential records under the Presidential Record Act as his personal records simply by saying so, the department said, adding that such a theory would nullify the very purpose of the law. So that's story number 1 about Donald Trump's ongoing classified documents crimes. Story number 2 involving the insurrection. Former Vice President Mike Pence was interviewed by ABC's World News Tonight, and the interviewer asked Pence how he felt after realizing that Trump tweeted during the Capitol riot that Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done by preventing the 2020 election results from being certified on January 6, 2021, during the vice president's purely ceremonial role. Trump is alleged to have sent the tweet minutes after being told that Pence had been escorted off the Senate floor for his safety. During the January 6 insurrection, Trump supporters were heard chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," in the Capitol's corridors. In response, Pence said the tweet from Trump angered him. Quote, I turned to my daughter, who was standing nearby, and I said, it doesn't take courage to break the law. It takes courage to uphold the law, Pence said. I mean, the president's words were reckless. It was clear he decided to be part of the problem. So friends, to sum that up, Donald Trump solicited election fraud, urging Mike Pence to break the law to keep him in power. Let's take on a third story about Donald Trump's gross abuse of power and authority. This from Vanity Fair. Donald Trump allegedly demanded his enemies be investigated by the IRS, and they were. And friends, those are just the stories from today. And yet, no charges, no indictments, no accountability for the many crimes of Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump is making a mockery of the rule of law, and the Department of Justice is letting him. Attorney General Garland, every day that Donald Trump goes uncharged, you're sending a message. And that message is that he, Donald Trump, and all of his criminal associates, his co-conspirators, they are all above the law. You know, I'm sitting in court every day and have been for weeks watching the Oath Keepers' seditious conspiracy trial. These guys are the foot soldiers of the insurrection. They're not rich, powerful, privileged, influential, connected people. These are the people that listened to Donald Trump when he said your vote was stolen, go to the Capitol, fight like hell or you won't have a country anymore, now stop the certification. You know, they were also told by guys like Rudy Giuliani, get down there and have trial by combat. They were told by Mo Brooks, get down there, kick ass, and take names. They were told all kinds of stuff by Don Jr. when he was yammering during the pre-insurrection pep rally. And the foot soldiers of the insurrection, the privates, the people who didn't have the critical thinking abilities to realize they were being lied to, or maybe they knew they were being lied to and it didn't matter because of their hatred of the other. These folks are being tried, convicted, and imprisoned. But the ruling class criminals have not had 1 minute of accountability visit them for the crimes they committed in violation of the laws of the United States, for the crimes they committed that in a very real sense victimized the American people. Attorney General Garland, you know that you're sending the message every single day that you're choosing not to charge Donald Trump for his crimes, the signal that they are above the law, that there really are two systems of justice at play right now in our country. And time is running out. All hope is not lost yet, but time is running out. And tomorrow, as we've heard, Donald Trump's going to make a big announcement. How about the Department of Justice make a big announcement? That the rule of law is alive and well and will be applied equally to everybody in a timely manner. How about the Department of Justice make a big announcement? Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.